have to tell me all.
Live from Los Angeles. Good morning, LaLa Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessamine Moya. Good morning, LaLa Land. We are making history as America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.
And we've got a great show in store for this Thursday Thoughts. We are going to talk about some tips for coping with sadness, depression, and anxiety, because I know sometimes I deal with that. We also have an inspirational story of one woman's journey to Dancing with the Stars, and another woman's journey of starting her own fashion designer line right here in Los Angeles.
Boss babes.
Right?
Woo!
Yes.
That's right. And talk about boss babe. I mean, starting the show off with a little T-Swift, look what you made me do.
I love that.
What a way
song.
to start in the morning.
It is.
It's like how I dance in my car. I feel like this new intro to the segment, it's actually what I look like at every red light. I'm just getting it.
You look so much better dancing in your car than I do in my Vespa. The helmet and stuff, it's just not that sexy. Yeah.
I'm so excited for today's guest about talk about dancing, right?
Absolutely. You love to dance.
I do love to dance. I love salsa dance. I love all kinds of dance, but ballroom dance is an interesting, very advanced dance. I'm excited to get on her. I think she's a DVD even. I want to check it out.
Yeah, I know. It's people like Karina that make me question how much I should dance during breaks when she's on the show. Like, maybe I'll wait. Just let Karina do her thing.
Yeah,
she's professional.
The bar was set high. She's been noted one of the most stylish and fit women in Hollywood. I know Erin and I were talking, we're like, oh, what are we going to wear for Karina today?
I had like a salsa dance, a dress on at one point in time. I was like, no, that doesn't look good. Like throwing it around my room. Like, no, jeans. Jeans is a good go-to, right?
So true. They always pull off the jeans.
Speaking of what to wear, so if you love the looks on the Golden Globes, now's your chance that you can actually buy them. Condé Nast has teamed up with eBay and the Time's Up movement, and they're actually auctioning off some of the gowns and tuxedos that were worn by some of the stars.
So rad.
All the proceeds are going to support Time's Up. So the designers were so cool. They donated those outfits. Wow. It's incredible. And also if you donate $25, you're entered to win some of those as well.
Oh, that's so awesome. What a way to donate. I mean, because, they wear a dress one time, they're not going to wear it again on the red carpet. So.
Well, and a lot of people don't even realize those people don't buy them. It's like a net-a-porter. They're rented. The designers are just loaning them these gowns because, once it's in one Instagram post, you're not going to re-wear it, right?
Right.
Those
so that's cool.
dresses are going to go for a pretty price. Oh my gosh.
I hope so.
Right.
I really hope so. I mean, it's going to such an incredible movement. And speaking of it being Thought Thursday and what's happening in the community, especially here in LaLa Land in the entertainment industry with Time's Up and really the women coming together to support underprivileged women to stand up for themselves against sexual harassment. It's a really cool time.
It's a real mindful time. Last night I went to the gym and it's been interesting. I think that coming back onto the show, it's so fascinating because I am a true believer that whether you're doing a book, whether you're starting a business, no matter what it is, I believe that it actually is one of the best ways to develop yourself because you get to see what's triggered and what's not and whatever. And I think being back around so many young women, so many beautiful, actors and models and people up to incredible things, it's interesting because it's inspiring and it can be triggering. It can make you feel insecure and it can inspire. And so last night I went to the gym. And as they're working out, I'm on the treadmill, and I haven't gone to a gym. I haven't been a member of a gym in I don't even know how many years. And I remembered last night, for me personally, why I don't go to a traditional gym and why I love dancing and why I love jogging, why I love yoga and meditating outside. Because I was in this gym and look, it's not about bad time, it's finding your own truth in all of it. And I'm in the gym and there's kind of fluorescent lights and everyone's kind of on these treadmills and everyone's looking at each other. And I thought, it's cool, like somebody, this is their religion for somebody. For me, I was sitting there going, this just isn't my truth.
Yeah.
I want to be out in nature. I want to be out in like real life for me. And so I thought, how cool is it to find your own truth in whatever it may be that people are up to?
I love that. That resonates with me. I mean, look, the gym is kind of a religion for me because it's a controlled environment. I knew I can always show up. The weather there is always perfect, and so I can get a workout in. And that being said, I do love spending time in nature, and we know from science that it's one of the best things you can do for your happiness. But for me, either way, it's all about going within myself. That's why I get my playlist tight, and I make sure that I have a little bit of caffeine or whatnot, and make sure that I feel good even before I show up to the gym. And then when I'm at the gym, I'm not paying too much attention to anybody or anything else. I'm just like in my zone. Yeah, so.
Well, it's different because you need weights. You can't like, you've got to go to weights.
That's right.
Whereas like a treadmill, you can go out and jog somewhere, right?
Yes, but it's such a good point because I've had both experiences where I've gone to the gym. This was like years ago. I didn't really enjoy it that much because you can feel triggered and you can kind of feel insecure. But now I love seeing people that work out harder than me or are in better shape than me or are stronger than me. I love that. It's inspiring for me. Yeah. I don't like going to a gym where I'm like I'd be the strongest guy. It's just.
Well, in this town, there's a lot of.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. It's not a problem.
You're both just so aware. So later in the day, actually, Focus TV family, a couple of us are getting together with Rachel McCord, and we're helping her launch her Mind Body Slay program. And that's what it's all about: is owning what works for you in your mind, in your body, so that you can slay. And thanks to Leticia G this morning for helping me get the look so I can slay all day at this photo shoot.
Yeah. Killing it, by the way.
Leticia G, check her out. She's got some great new videos and stuff too. So cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got my first spray tan yesterday.
I was going to say, you look, especially, you always look perfectly healthy.
Thank
and somehow you look even more
Now
so.
I've got the Sun Tisk Glow tan by Clara. She comes to you. She's based here in West Hollywood. Incredible. I was so nervous. But thanks to Rob and Erin for reassuring me it was going to be okay.
It's intimidating. You got to get buck naked.
Oh my gosh!
You're like, hi, nice to meet you. Yeah.
It's like, there's no handshake. It's just strip down, put on these like sticky feet things, step into a tent, and just like close your eyes and pray. It's like, don't tell anybody what I'm looking like right now. This is so awkward and not sexy, but it was really fun. I'm excited.
The result is impeccable.
There you go.
Oh yes,
well,
thank
you. Look gorgeous.
I'm looking Brazilian all weekend.
So where are you guys going for the shoot?
We're actually going up in Malibu.
Oh, that's of course, right?
Beautiful views up there.
When in California.
And what's it about? What's the shoot for?
Well, we'll save it for later because I'd love to have her back on the show and actually have her introduce what her company is and part of her brand. But as I mentioned earlier, it's just all really about being present, being positive, being passionate about it, and living your truth. And for her, that's Mind Body Slay.
Wow, I'm in on that. That sounds fire.
Yes.
That sounds fire. Absolutely.
I'm sure it's going to be good because she's got a good business mind. So look forward to checking that one out.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Good. So I'm so excited. And one of the things that was inspiring today as Thursday Thoughts is, we go through mindfulness, we go through different things throughout the week. We talk about wealth, we talk about leadership, we talk about dating and relationship on Friday. And Thursday, Thursday Thoughts can be all kinds of things. But today I felt, I know that this is a time of year that can be, people can get down.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes I've been kind of going through things and I thought, let's talk about this because it's real and it's a great time to address things, have coping skills, get a great community together. So I'm looking forward to this. So let's take a break for a moment. We'll come back and discuss some tips for coping with whether it be sadness, depression, or anxiety, whatever is going on for you. So stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
Streaming to you live in America's first daily live streaming talk show. If you missed it, this was This Week in LaLa Land. I've got my host, Victoria Simone, host of This Week in Focus, to help me out.
Hi, girl.
On Monday, we had Jessica Carroll. She introduced to the Focus TV network her new show, The Rose Girls.
So excited for that.
So amazing. Anna Vergara, she was the boss lady with the classic glamour dolls. Also on Wealth Wednesday, we had Hala Denham. With the perfect skinny jeans, as well as Daniel Hall. He is now seen as Scott Granger on CBS's Young and the Restless. Arian Alexander taught us lights, camera, action. And of course, on Friday, we had #Hair Goals with the Miracle Elixir creator, Joyce Gerard.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
That was This Week in LaLa Land.
Thanks for tuning in to This Week in Focus. I'm your host, Victoria Simone. Today I have a special guest with me,
Jasmine
Moyer from Good Morning LaLa Land. Last week on the Focus TV network, we shot #Harry and Kelly, Sex Talk with My Mom. Awkward. We also shot Millennial Life's Laura Odegaard. She interviewed Jess Carroll, who's also on your show.
Absolutely, with the big announcement that she's got a new show on the Focus TV network, The Rosé Girls.
I'm so excited for that. Jess, who else did you interview on your show?
We had Darren Hollow, founder of Hollow Denim and the Perfect Skinny Jean.
Holla!
Also, Daniel Hall, now Scott Granger on CBS's Young and the Restless.
So young and restless over here.
And Joyce Gerard with #Hair Goals and the Miracle
Hair
Elixir
crush.
Hair Collection.
Thanks for tuning in to This Week in Focus, everyone. I'm your host, Victoria Simone. Jess, thanks for helping me out.
Anytime.
Stay tuned.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa Land. We're talking #Thought Thursday today. We're so excited to have in the house the beautiful Emily C, creator of FET. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
So here at Good Morning,
Starting teacher training, but I make sure to do my practice every single morning. I don't always make it for 3 a.m. sudden up, but I try when I can. So.
well, we know.
Rob should get on that one.
Yeah, I got my little practice going. Yeah.
Well, we're so excited to get back there and learn more about how you started your line, your designer line, right here in Los Angeles. So inspiring.
Absolutely. She had me at Fantasy Intimates Made in LA. It's going to be hot. We'll have to bring
resonates
her
with
back
everybody.
for, Friday Feels.
So today on Thought Thursday, our Thursday Thoughts rather, we want to talk about how to deal with sadness, depression, or even anxiety. And I pulled up a great article from what's called Anxiety and Depression Association of America. And I feel like, maybe not everyone's getting depressed or whatever, but we all have our ups and downs. And whether it be that you have a yoga practice or you exercise or not, the reality is that we all need some coping tips. So I thought we'd kind of talk about this one.
Love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And especially if it's something that you're not personally experiencing, we all have someone that's very near and dear to us or in our close circles that is going through some level of anxiety or depression.
For sure. And we have this actual link in the notes as well, so you can always pull up the article on yourself. But number one is to take time out. So take time out, whether it be doing yoga or listening to music or meditation. We do that, right? We started doing that right here.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you want to integrate that into your life as much as humanly possible.
For sure.
Yeah, you've got to find something that doesn't depend on other people or other conditions or circumstances to let you get in that happy place.
Right? Or like social media. Sometimes you get like too overwhelmed, like just, I need some time out just from all this stuff.
You know what, personally for me, I had to stop looking at social media first thing in the day because I found, my iPhone alarm goes off and then on autopilot, I click open Instagram and then I get so just kind of like down because I was seeing everybody else's, picture perfect life and this, that, and the other. And then I thought, this isn't the way I want to start my day, comparing my life or my expectations to somebody else's.
The brilliance of Jeslyn. It's so true. It's because when you wake up in the morning, that's when you're most suggestible. That's when you're most impressionable. So that's when it's most important to do something positive, think something positive, watch something positive, listen to something positive.
Absolutely. Next one is eat well, balanced meals. And I cannot agree more. Like if I don't, at least I'll have some junk at some point in time in the day, but if I don't eat my balanced meals and I'm like, why do I feel so sad? Like, well, maybe because you ate like all carbs, like one meal and it's not good, so.
Yeah, the stress eating thing's tough because part of the reason we don't eat healthy is because we are stressed out and feeling down. And then of course that just makes it worse. And so you do want to get a handle on that if you can eat healthy.
Or not eating and then being hangry. I mean,
Ooh,
right?
hangry.
And I personally don't get hangry, I get real indecisive. It's like this mind
completely,
fog.
right?
I'm just like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I'm the same. Can't make a decision.
Yeah,
like, where am I going? I don't know.
It's actually, the truth is that you actually lose willpower. It's like ego depletion. They call it ego depletion.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a real term for it. It's also the same thing that happens when you have the indecisiveness.
Is that why you starve your? Is that why
fatigue.
you starve your dates? Like, if you just don't eat, you won't be able to make up your mind.
That way they won't make. They won't.
Willpower out.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea, actually. And that way they won't ask me to commit to like a relationship or something. I guess that's true. That's a good point.
So bad.
Wow.
Okay,
I would never do that. I promise.
We're just joking. Totally joking. You're back to sadness and depression. So limiting alcohol and caffeine. And I mean, again, I don't drink alcohol, but I know that people don't remember that it's a depressant.
Yeah, I really need to stop drinking so much caffeine. Right? It's like as I drink the caffeine.
Yeah.
It's tough. Again, it's the challenge with all these things is that it's a catch-22 because part of the reason that we drink and then we drink, whether it's alcohol or caffeine, is because we don't feel that great to begin with, or we don't feel as up as we want to be, or we don't feel as relaxed. And so then you drink whatever it is you drink, and that just exacerbates the problem, which makes you feel worse, which makes you want to drink more.
Right. And don't you find, like, Jess, because we both are coffee drinkers, I'm okay if I have 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the afternoon, but if I have more than that, then I notice everything gets a little whacked out.
For sure. I'm certainly addicted to coffee, but like you said, if I have too much, I feel like I'm overly anxious. My heart beats faster and shorter of breath, and I'm so hyped up that it's like I'm so hyped up in my mind too that it's hard to wrap myself fully around it.
You're like, why do I have anxiety? I don't know, it's like the 20th cup of coffee. I just don't know why I have so much anxiety.
Because I had a latte for lunch, I'm freaking hungry, I'm over-caffeinated.
That's actually part of the reason that people experience panic attacks. They misinterpret the body's like signs. They might have drank a little bit too much caffeine. They misinterpret that. They freak out in their mind, and all of a sudden, full-blown panic attack. So what you've hit there, Jess, is really
next
really
one. Probably the most important is to get good sleep.
Yeah.
Who's sleeping? If you're sleeping in La La Land, tell me your tips, because I'm not sleeping.
You're not?
No. You know what? I have not been a good sleeper for years. I can fall asleep. I can't stay asleep.
What do you do before you fall asleep? What are you doing? Are you watching TV or Netflix or any of that?
I'll Netflix, I'll watch something like The Crown, something just to zone out, or I'll put on music. I feel like I've tried everything before I fall asleep. I'll wake up there and I'll be like, oh, Rob would tell me to meditate right now, meditate myself back to sleep, but I can't fall back asleep. It's not working.
So part of the challenge might be, electronic devices of any kind actually stimulate an area in your brain that keeps you awake. So you might fall asleep, but it's got an area of your brain continuing to run.
We had a great interview on Focus TV Network from a sleep doctor. We'll have to show that sometime.
Love that.
But it can be all kinds of, look, we're not traditional doctors. I'm a doctor of divinity, but there can be all kinds of, hormonal things, all kinds of things. So obviously we always say, consult your traditional doctor if you're having sleeping things. But yeah, of course, there's emotional things for sure. And I think that interview, the doctor did say a majority of all sleep stuff is emotional. And it can be electronics, but mostly it's And I had terrible sleeping disorder like in my 20s. And then once I started really doing my healing, then now I sleep like a baby.
Well, it was interesting. Amberly yesterday, the chakra girl, she said when she was having trouble sleeping and she felt like she was stuck here, and I feel like I'm stuck here, she would sleep with a rock on her throat. Well, not a rock. Let's be clear. I clearly need to do some research on my chakra situation. Some sort of healing stone, but that seemed to really help her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start sleeping with something on my chest.
The other thing that sometimes works too is, so we were talking about this before, like using the law of reverse effect. That idea essentially is that when you're having trouble falling asleep, the first thing people do is try harder to fall asleep, and that's the very thing that prevents you from falling asleep. So if you actually don't engage in trying to force yourself to fall asleep, and you just sort of accept where you are and accept being awake, sometimes you'll fall right back to sleep.
That's another thing he also
not
talked
to fight
about,
it.
right? So next is taking deep breaths, and I'm excited to talk to Emily about this because in Kundalini you do a lot of breath work in yoga, and it really is incredible what that will do across all areas of your life. Have you guys ever done any breath work?
I don't know what you mean when you say breath work, Erin. Let's be honest.
Explain that.
So there's different levels of breath work. Obviously, there's very intense breath work where you actually almost hyperventilate, which is called like breath of fire, and you actually do intense breathing. But basically, it's pulling in what they call prana. But basically, it's energizing all the cells in your entire body. And in doing that, sometimes it actually will release emotional things in your body as well. So it's really having the flow of energy come in and out of the body, which is a natural way of having it heal itself.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there are so many different ways and techniques to quiet your mind. At the end of the day, it's nearly impossible to be stressed out unless you have stressful thoughts. So when you sort of begin to let those go, you can't help but sleep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch more here. I think that some of them, you can take a look at this, but basically accepting that you can't control stuff. So I think that comes back to what you just talked about. Like, at some level, doing your work. If you have anxiety, depression, or sadness, obviously you need to consult a doctor because it might be something hormonal and you may need to actually get help. But really getting down to the mindfulness and realizing what is it that's triggering you, what is the environment, what are your thoughts that are having you, come to here and begin to become proactive around it for sure.
So scientifically, human beings are really bad at this idea of control. Like, we have an illusion of control that we entertain, and we think that we can control so many things that we can't. And we think that we're better at so many things than we actually are. And that in and of itself, while partially healthy, can also just wreak havoc on your ability to be at peace.
So I think that we should get to the back studio because we have two dynamic, incredible women, and I want to hear their inspirational story because there's nothing better to help me kind of bounce out of anything feeling sad or down at all is hearing an inspirational story. And I know right now, right here, that if you are feeling down, please seek help, or if you know someone that is, please seek help, knowing that the truth is that anything that we're feeling that's out of alignment with total joy is our spirit divine sign that we need to wake up and live our specific truth.
Yeah, it's calling you to something higher. And
Absolutely. And part of what we do here is we engage with the community online. That's why we're streaming to you digitally. So if you see me checking my computer, it's because I want to engage with you. And we've got a message right here from Jim Jensen. He said, I'm here and I'm very glad to hear the topics today.
Big Jim.
We love you, Jim.
Thank you so much for watching and being a part of what we're doing. And if Erin said, if you have questions or if you have concerns, reach out to us because it's all we want to do is be a part of the community and to give back and to have the conversations that need to be had.
This is a passion project.
So stay tuned, you guys, as we hear some great stories of Dancing with the Stars and starting your own line right here in Los Angeles. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hola, mi gente bella. As you all probably know by now, Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, becoming one of the biggest catastrophes for our beautiful island. Unfortunately, a lot of people have let it become old news, and we don't want to allow that to happen. So we want to continue helping, and every little bit counts. So if you want to join us to help,
we're going to help one school, 5 families, 14 girls, and there's only one you. So we need you. So do something today.
Help us impact the lives of so many in need, step by step, pasito a pasito.
Gracias.
This is Jack. His mother didn't save his childhood artwork.
She just threw it all away like it was garbage.
If only his mother had Archive.
Archive is the easiest and fastest way to chronologically store your child's art.
Snap a picture, tag it, and store it safely in our cloud.
Then share it with friends and family.
Even turn it into a calendar, mug, or your very own printed book.
Oh, you were going to make one yourself? Yeah, that's what his mom said.
Download the Archive app now and help us save art.
Archive, available now on the App Store.
Hey, Dr. Drew here, and I am on the HEAL Advisory Board. I got involved with this organization because it's the answer to our healthcare problem. Listen to me. You go to urgent care, you go to emergency room, you are paying for all that equipment, all that infrastructure, you're wasting time, you're exposing yourself to sick people. All you got to do is go to heal.com or get the HEAL app at heal.com. Get that HEAL app, and you can have a doctor wherever you are. It's $99 if you don't have insurance, though most insurances cover it. It's the most effective way to get the care you're looking for and the most cost efficient. $99 all in. That's it. And you get a board certified physician to show up wherever you are, your home, your work, whatever it is, 8A to 8P, 7 days a week, including holidays. And that board certified individual, that licensed professional, is going to just be paying attention to you and focusing on you and using his or her judgment to take care of your needs in that moment. Go to HEAL. Check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Hi, this is Jennifer Eddy, and I'm here with Spa Girl Cocktails today. We're thrilled to be here with Empowerista and Girl Talk Network at UNITA and El Segundo to help support and empower women in the community. We have 2 flavors with Spa Girl Cocktails, Pear and Spa. Those are our signature cocktails. They're low calorie and gluten-free, all natural, nothing added. You can find us at Bevmo and Total Wine in all of your communities. We're thrilled to be here with Focus Magazine today in their December issue.
Hello everyone, I'm Joyce Gerard, creator of the Joyce Miracle Elixir collection, and I'm happy to say that it's the only collection out there that is not going to have any harsh chemicals, free of parabens, free of sulfates, free of sodium chloride, absolutely cruelty-free, because for me that is super important. And it's made right here in USA. And it's the only line that is going to deliver you the best antioxidants, vitamins, fatty acids, minerals, straight from Mother Nature. I've infused my entire line with buriti, maracuya, moringa, and argan. So you have the buriti, which is the tree of life. You have the argan, which is literally liquid gold. You have the maracuya, which is the richest source of vitamin C. And you have the moringa, which is the richest superfood in the world. So I've combined all these yummy ingredients from Mother Nature and delivered them straight to you, straight to your strands, straight to your face. In all my products, that's the base of it. And the most important thing is that everything is made with love right here at home in USA, straight for you.
And the reason they book me and keep me is because it's more than just training. It's just authentic. And so I think that's one thing I realized that I had my whole life was will. I'm so determined to get to where I want to go. I'm not going to let nothing stop me, not even myself. Right? And I try to tell my clients and people, it's all a mindset. You know, absolutely. You got to really want it. They said, you can change anything, but before you change anything, you got to change it in your mind first. Just because I always say if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa Land. I'm so excited. I have one of my good friends and the former Famously Single cast member, Dancing with the Stars veteran, Karina Smirnoff. How are you?
Karina. I'm good. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I have to say that you are one of the joys of doing Famously Single. I absolutely love. Yes. So talk to us a little bit. I know you've got a lot of stuff going on right now, but where are you right now in your life? What are you sort of working on?
I think I'm just working on keeping everything together because I'm a very ambitious Capricorn, so I always like to have a lot of projects, and rarely do I have the guts to say no. So usually if the new opportunity comes in, I'm like, yay, but then you realize there's not enough hours in the day, so yeah, but I like to be busy. I think that's what we talked about on the show quite a bit as well.
It's so interesting because Jessamine and Erin and I were all talking about that yesterday, actually, how quickly your life becomes full and overly scheduled.
Yes.
And the ability to say no is so critical, but it's so difficult as well because you don't want people to get the wrong idea that you're not interested in something. So how do you do that? How do you find balance in your life, Karina? Because I feel like you're always up to something really interesting between TV and between your cosmetics line and between fashion. Like, how do you do it all?
Well, I don't feel like I have enough time. I wish there were extra hours in a day and extra days in the week. So I don't think I'm balancing it as well, but I always remind myself to kind of be appreciative only since I do what I love. You know, how many people wake up and go to work and they're not very happy? So if I'm not hurt and if something is not, a sore from practicing, I'm like, something is wrong. Like, why is this like an interesting day, But I love working. I feel like it gives you not just energy to want to do other things, but you feel like you're doing something important, especially if you have, family that you take care of. So, yeah, I think that's the balance in my head.
So Dancing with the Stars, I mean, one of the best shows ever on television. My mom is like probably going to be like calling me like, what? You know, it's such a beautiful, beautiful sport, ballroom dance.
Yeah.
What, I don't know your whole backstory. So just for people that don't know your whole backstory, how did you get into that sport?
Ballroom dancing. So I'm the only child, and everybody, like from my dad's side, grandparents, my mom's side, everybody knew what I should have been doing, what they wanted me to do. So at one point, I remember I was doing figure skating, ballet, playing piano. So
you were busy then.
Yeah.
As a child.
But I also think they got me like that, so I would get tired by the end of the day. I do have a lot of energy, so they were like hoping, yes, she's going to sleep.
Finally, we wore her out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think my mom wanted me to do something active because she played piano for like 30 years, and she was amazing at it. But you don't really have a big social life because you every day behind the piano for like 3 hours. And she said, you know, I'm putting my foot down. I want her to try dancing. And when I tried ballroom, it was just great on every aspect. It was like an emotional release. It was a way to express yourself. It was like all the cute costumes.
It's the hottest of the hottest of the hottest, honestly.
So yeah, I just fell in love with it, and now it's a way of life.
It's just incredible to me. One of the things that strikes me.
I mean,
oh, there she is.
Right?
Right
We just have to say, and you designed this look too, didn't you?
We have some inputs, yeah, into what we wear.
Look at that.
Get it, girl.
Yeah, just watching you dance in and of itself is so inspiring.
So
Absolutely.
sexy.
I mean, and you're regularly in Us Weekly, People, In Touch, and you're touted as one of the most fit and sexy and fashionable women in Hollywood. How does that make you feel?
That's not true, especially if that's the case.
Yes, it's true. I'm sitting next to you. No doubt in my mind. You're such a beautiful soul and spirit and woman.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I actually love to work out because I do believe it releases happy endorphins. If I have a week without any kind of full-on physical activity, that's when you start going crazy. And then all you do is you do trips to the fridge, right? And when you're on the way back from the fridge, you're like, what am I gonna take next? So it's like a non-stop eating. So yes, going out, being busy. Yoga for me is one of the best things because I feel like it helps me zone in. So my ADHD kind of becomes a little bit more under control, and you have to like look at yourself in the mirror, not like everywhere else. So I think with all the activities, that definitely helps staying fit.
You know what inspires me, in addition to all these other countless things, is your discipline. And you know, I hear that you sort of became very disciplined at a very young age. And I wonder, because I've been challenged by that a little, my discipline sometimes can get out of control. And so, and it can actually make you miserable, right?
Yes.
So how do you do that? How do you find the balance between being so incredibly disciplined, so fit, and doing all this great stuff out in the world, and at the same time finding personal happiness?
Hard? I think it's never-ending search for that balance. I feel like whenever you do something great in one sphere of your life, something else has to give, you know, something else might lose a little bit. So it's always a balancing act. And I think I'm definitely work in progress because I don't leave any time for like relaxation as much as I would like to. So I definitely haven't balanced that area of my life.
And I'm sure you're recreating and creating all the time, right? Because dancing, you can dance. That's what I love about dance. You can dance at any age, but there is like, how are you recreating yourself in the different genres?
I think it's just expression. People always say like, where do you get inspiration? And it's music. Music dictates your emotion in the dance. It dictates your expression, the story that you tell. So when you have great music, a great song, like everything else just does a snowball effect.
Do you have like a theme song or a song in the moment that you're like really rocking out to right now?
I do like Location. You know, Location is good. It's got like a slow beat, and it's a great way to start the day because it's not too aggressive, and it's a great way to finish because it's got the softness about it. Yeah. So this is like maybe 5 times a day that I press play.
Put it on repeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about like, you know, you don't do it like socially, where would you recommend for someone's watching? They're like, I want to dance, but I know I'm not going to ever be Dancing with the Stars. And ballroom's a little different. It's not like salsa where you can go out and go salsa dance all over. Ballroom's very different.
It's true, but a lot of ballroom dancers do go to salsa. Like we would go to El Floridita, and then you know, with the live band, the energy, everybody dances. But I agree with you. It is the fountain of youth. Everybody who has started dancing at any age, they all feel younger, they all feel happier. It's like, and we hear a lot of success stories in the ballroom community, like when you know, you go through a personal breakup or a loss of a family member, and people going through dark times like depression, and they start dancing and it takes their mind off, and they are fully like immersed in the whole world of feeling great, looking great, you know, because dancing kind of has that whole aura about it. And yeah, I think if you are interested, Google the studio near you. You can start slowly by doing just group classes, and so you're not like feeling like everyone is zoning in on you and making you dance. Like you're not alone. People next to you suffering through the same thing. That's why I always love to go to like group like workout, whether it's Soul Cycle or yoga. Like there are other like 10, 15 people who are hopefully going through the same pain as I am, you know? So I think a studio near you. And if you're really shy, go into one of the salsa clubs, or there's a lot of country dancing clubs in the valley. And you go in, and just watching people dance gives you that energy of wanting to possibly try it. And a lot of times people who are the most shy, they say, oh, I can't dance, I've got 2 left feet. They're the ones that actually get out and like they release any kind of fears or insecurities and go for it, and it works out the best way.
I've got to go dancing now.
Yes.
Let's go.
You know what I love about the salsa world is when I first started, I was so nervous, and I just wanted to do it. But what I love about it is that you go, and the men, it's a very socially correct thing. They don't ask you twice in a row to dance because they don't want to have you feel uncomfortable. There's a real like underlying kind of rules to the whole culture.
There's a whole structure to that.
And
scene.
then everybody's so happy. You can't not be happy after you're dancing with a stranger and they're smiling, and you're just like, everyone's so nice. The culture is super, super nice.
Yeah, and it makes you feel great because you never, if you're a woman, you're rarely sitting down. And if they see that you have a little bit of rhythm, like you go from one partner to another, you don't know who you're dancing with, but when you do that, you release control because you have to follow, right? Because you don't know what they're gonna do. So you kind of just like, okay, here's my body, do what you want. And you, you know.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Because for me, that's the hardest thing. Like, I don't want to let somebody lead. I don't trust that.
And I'm a control freak, I think, to a degree. Like, I like things certain way. But on the dance floor, you want to have a strong leader. You want to have someone who knows what they're doing and what they want you to do. And this is one place, like, take control all you want. I'm happy. Take the lead.
Not only are you a dancer, though, you're an entrepreneur. You're launching your own cosmetics. Like, tell us about it.
What I love about it is that it's made in LA, and it's completely free of animal cruelty. So we're trying to not only have a great makeup line, but also have a great story behind it. What I wanted to do, I wanted to create a line that you don't have to reapply, because doing TV, doing magazines, right, doing interviews, you literally, throughout the day, you start doing makeup around 6 in the morning. By the end of the day, it's like caked up on your face.
Oh yeah, there's been like at least 3 or 4 times that I've...
Right? And whoever created this HD 4K, I don't know what it is. Why? But it's like on TV, you see everything. You see every little fine wrinkle, every pore. I preferred when we didn't have that, where it was like, leave a little room for imagination.
Let's go back to the analog days, please.
So where can people find your line, your cosmetic line?
It's online at lasplashcosmetics.com. It's going into different boutiques at the moment. And hopefully we're working on getting it to one of the home shopping networks.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that would be.
And then I did look on your website. You can get a DVD to learn to dance with me. Is there any other way people can work with you?
Yes, well, I have a studio in the valley in Woodland Hills at the new mall, The Village. So they can just come on by, and we have a variety on the menu of dances they can choose from. And you can dance alone, or you can get a partner. So Yeah, it's called Karina Smirnoff Dance Studio. Very original. But
You cannot miss it though. Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much, and I look forward to all going out and dancing. Having
Let's
a
do
night
it.
out, right?
Absolutely, and there's a new
And you guys-
competition too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And this comp is actually brand new because we want to incorporate as many other dance styles besides ballroom in it. So it's in San Jose area in April. My partner's gonna kill me. I think it's April 29th. I need to look.
It's all on the website.
Yeah, it's all on the website, but it's great. We have the live band coming there because I don't know, there's just something like going to salsa clubs and dancing to live music is different than dancing to like a, you know, and DJs are great. We love you guys, but when you have orchestra, it's just, it has a whole different feel to it.
Right. Well, check her out. I highly, highly recommend going out on the dance scene, especially in Los Angeles. Some epic dancers in this town, so looking forward to it. Yeah, thank you so much, you guys. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Moyer. It's Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles.
America's first live streaming daily talk show.
At 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And we have a sexy show for you today.
We have got Will, Leanne, and Gabe in the house. Let's go back there. Hi!
Talked to 4 beautiful, intelligent, conscious women. Clearly, I was miserable the entire time.
She has a TV show similar to your guys.
Ellen.
Yes!
Yes.
The little peck. Come on.
I feel so bad for Jess.
We're live. Do it for the people viewing.
For the people.
Wow!
M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E Club Mickey Mouse.
We definitely were not prepared today, and it was.
I'm okay on, but the other half completely.
We are streaming to you live Monday through Friday on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Happy holidays.
It's gonna be a good
morning, LaLa Land.
5, 6, 7, 8. We are the Mouseketeers, and we proudly wear our ears. We mousin', we mousin', M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E Club Mickey Mouse. Good morning, La La Land.
Live from Los Angeles, California. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. I am so excited to have Emily Siegel in the house, dear friend of mine, and has an incredibly gorgeous, sexy line called Fête. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's the story behind the name Fête?
So it means party in French.
Oh.
It does. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's a cute little 4-letter word for an intimate line. So.
Easy to remember.
So Emily, the reason why I wanted you to come on the show, because I really adore you. I think that you have incredible energy. We did a lot of Kundalini yoga together, and just getting to know you a little bit, I thought you're so LA. I mean, really and truly, you embody what one would think of LA. You have your own line, you're gorgeous, you wake up and do yoga. I mean, her diet is very impeccable and very organic. And I just think that you're this beautiful, like, essence for the world.
Thank you so much, that's really sweet.
So how do you do it? Share all your secrets? That's basically what she's saying.
Where did it begin? Let's
exactly.
So I actually found Kundalini Yoga around the same time that I started Fête. And I really, really think that's been probably the biggest thing that's helped me personally in having the strength to start a business and finding the prosperity and the motivation and all that.
Tell them a little bit about Kundalini, because I think Kundalini Yoga is kind of a misunderstood thing, and you don't have to be a Sikh or be any particular
100%.
religion or faith. But for you, what was that? What has that been like?
You know, I'm not Sikh. something that I love about it is that it's very open and accepting of any path to God. You know, everyone has their own path to, you know, whatever higher power it is. And something that Kundalini teaches is that you are your own highest teacher. And I love that. And I really think as we're moving from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age, it's less about looking for external sources of spirituality and God and listening to someone else telling you, you know, what's right, and really finding that for ourselves.
Gosh, it's so powerful. The spiritual teacher Ramana Maharishi used to say, self, God, and Guru are all inside you. You know, and I just love that.
Right?
Yeah, it's really powerful.
So how do you find the balance? Because in today's world with sexual harassment going on in Los Angeles, and you have the sexy clothing, and where is that line for you? Like, where does it go from feeling sexy to feeling like an object? What does that look like?
For me, it's 100% internal. So I don't take feedback from external sources anymore. I've, you know, found my femininity, and it's really divine femininity, and it's that goddess energy, and it gives you a strength and a confidence where it doesn't matter what someone else says or how they treat you. If you aren't going to accept that, then it's not going to be a problem for you.
I love it.
The mic.
When I went to that website, it says Fed is for the girls with stars in their eyes, love in their hearts, and flowers in their hair.
Wow.
I want to be a fat girl.
I think you are, Jez. You certainly are.
It's really amazing what you say that, because that really, to me, is like a divine femininity.
100%.
And owning that. It's beautiful. How do you maintain that, though, for yourself? Besides not taking external things, how do you keep focused on in your mind that way?
So I think it's two things. I think, you know, the first thing I do in the morning is I meditate. My Kundalini yoga practice is so important to me, and it keeps that divine femininity alive, but also dressing up every day. I want to feel amazing, and I think that one of the easiest vehicles to do that is the way you dress.
There's my soul not too long ago. It was basically, you know, get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. It's so simple and it's so cliche, but it's so true.
It's so true.
It literally changes how you feel about yourself and your day. Right?
100%. Well, look at you guys. Look how well dressed this group is here today, right?
We're working on it. We're all working on it, yeah.
So I want to know, how did you start a business in Los Angeles? Because people are watching and thinking, oh, I'm inspired, but how do they, you know, in Los Angeles, one of the reasons why we want to showcase your work also is because we don't want people making things in China and shipping over and all that fuel and all that hurting the environment. How does somebody start a business in Los Angeles?
So I actually worked for a clothing company that was primarily made in LA. And that's where I really learned everything. And I think making contacts in the industry and really just knocking on doors and kind of navigating your own way to find production people, manufacturers, fabric sourcing, all that, you kind of just have to figure it out.
And what have you learned about yourself in that process?
I think confidence and not being afraid to ask for what I want, and you know what I need. And I think personally, I've always been someone who I had to like figure things out on my own, and I'm very stubborn. And so I think accepting help and learning how to ask for help has been something that I've really had to learn how to do in starting my business.
Is there anything you wish you would have known?
Not really. I think you know, you are your own highest teacher. And you kind of do have to figure out some things on your own. You know, you can go to the best school in the world, you can work for the best company in the world, but there's some things that you can only learn through trial and error. And I wouldn't trade those lessons for anything.
Great advice.
So fascinating talking to you, because you've got this great balance, and we talk about balance here a lot. And you seem, you know, such an incredibly evolved woman. And I wonder what you were like as a child. Right? What were you like as a child?
So I was always really spiritual. Like when I was probably 5 or 6, I used to meditate. I don't think I even knew what that was, but I would sit cross-legged and, you know, Dukyan Mudra, and my parents would come in my room and be like, "What are you doing?" And I'd be like, "I'm meditating."
You must be a seriously old soul. Yeah, this is your 15th.
Like the golden child. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to sneak into my dad's office and read Many Lives, Many Masters.
Wow.
Because of, yeah, so that's like a really fond memory. In high school, I actually had a really hard time. I went to an all-girls school. It was very uptight, you know, we wore uniforms, everyone wanted to be the same. It was just this kind of very uniform culture. And I think that was never me. I never fit in. And that's when I fell in love with clothes, because that was really a way that I could express myself and feel confident, you know, no matter what girls said or if they made fun of me or, you know, whatever. Sorry, I just smacked it.
Didn't feel it.
I love that. So where can people find you? Where can they find your clothing? And you have just one website, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, we have one website. It's xfete, F-E-T-E.co, and we're Fete, F-E-T-E, on Instagram and Twitter.
And you have Eat Glitter also.
Yes.
Another really sexy, very, very, very sexy, I have to say, seductive, to say the least. But I like it because you actually are a really deep, deep human being. And so I think it's easy for people to look at pictures and judge, but when you really unveil who you are, you're this profound, very evolved human being. So yeah, thank you for being in my life.
Thank you.
I look forward to it. So you guys stay tuned. We have a little surprise bringing back Miss Dancing with the Stars. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right. That was a great interview.
I'm Eden Sassoon, and I own 2 Pilates studios, Eden by Eden Sassoon Pilates. And to be quite honest, I hate socks. But my girlfriend Sally just created a line, Mantra Socks. And to me, at Pilates, you cannot get on my machine without socks. But now, you can get on my machine with the intention. Today, I have Be Love. To me, that means a lot. But also, when you buy a pair of these socks, 1 pair gets donated to a homeless shelter. And that is something, that's really what matters, to be quite honest. It's not just about the sock. It's about the intention. It's about what you're giving back and how you're paying it forward. And so for that, Sally, I thank you. And I love Mantra Socks.
Hi guys, I'm Joyce Gerard, and I support my beautiful friend Sally with her Mantra Socks. Look how cute they are. Be Love is my favorite, so go get them. Run and get them on Amazon.com.
Back live from Los Angeles with 2 goddesses in the house. Look at these beautiful, beautiful women. Incredibly gorgeous. I mean, Dancing with the Stars. We've got LA-made designer right here. So, Thursday thoughts. If you're going to give tips for somebody out there, what kind of thoughts would you give people?
Yeah, just in terms of really about attitude, right?
Right?
So, yeah.
What is your attitude?
I think start with a smile. If I feel like I want to, you know, jump off the bridge to be a bit dramatic, I usually like try to. Yes,
we've all been there. I've been there.
I've been there.
I've literally been
like
there.
Like an hour ago.
Yes, driving here, I was like, no!
LA traffic will do that to you. That alone. Huh?
So I usually try to start with a smile, but even if it's fake smile to start with, if you continue smiling and like try to go sincere, it changes. It changes the mindset. It changes the energy of the body. I think you attract what you put out there.
So powerful.
Lovely, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. They've actually done these studies where they make people put a pencil in their mouth for that reason, and they found that just putting a pencil in your mouth, not that you should necessarily do this, but that forces certain muscles that are associated with smiling to like basically work, and it just basically causes endorphins to go right to the mind, right to the brain.
I'm gonna keep one in the car.
Yeah, the pencil. Like, I can't smile today, but I'll put the pencil in there.
Yeah, you
feel so stupid. You're like, I feel so stupid. This is funny. No.
Yeah.
How about you, Emily?
So something that's actually really cool about that, when we use mantra, so words in Gurmukhi, when we move the tongue and the lips in certain ways, we activate different energy centers. And they can, you know, make us happy or bring prosperity or abundance or healing or, you know, whatever it is that we want or need. And I was actually thinking about it this morning. I was having a really hard time getting up for my sadhana, 3 a.m. But I was like, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it. And I thought, okay, well, what's the first thing you do, like when you're born? And you come out and you take a breath, prana, and you make a sound, mantra, sound current. So I was like, that's just how I'm going to start. So I took a few deep breaths. I just made a sound. I didn't worry about mantra or like tuning in yet. And that's how I started my day.
What is your mantra?
Probably my favorite mantra is Mul mantra.
So there's
What is
different.
that?
Okay, so yeah. So in Kundalini yoga, there are different mantras. Some are, 2 words, some are many, but they're supposedly the language is in a specific frequency and vibration of wherever you want to be in your life, right? So language, we know language in the Western world as trying to communicate something. But from a spiritual perspective, language actually has a sound vibration for every single thing that comes out of our mouth. And there's certain vibration you can say over and over that's directing energy for a specific outcome. So hence the Mul mantra is, what is the Mul mantra? I forgot.
Transformation.
For transformation. So, yeah.
And what does that sound like?
It's a long mantra. It's not it's not one.
And it's not words. It's just like a series of sounds.
It is, but it's in a different language.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Affirmations for the Western world or mantra for the Eastern world, it's all comes to sound vibration. If you take a look at the world, it's actually, everything is a vibration. This rose is actually not solid. It's actually a vibration that's being held energetically that's showing up as a pattern in communication through our mind, and we're seeing it as a rose.
I feel like I just stepped into a whole new matrix.
Yeah, you did.
Right now.
You stepped right into the matrix. I get to be Neo. I want to be Neo. I'm just saying.
The red or blue.
We all get to be Neo.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just.
So on that note, you guys are really, we're just beginning this tradition on the show. And we're involved with what's called Karma Coins, and we want to give it to both you guys. And what it is it's called Karma Army, and it's basically to do a good deed. Whether you want to buy somebody a tea or, I don't know, do something for somebody that's really big, whatever it is for you. But you can actually, there's a code on the back, and when you have a story, you give it away, or if someone has a story that's something that's been done for them, you can put it into the website, and the actual coin will be tracked wherever it goes. So you can see your butterfly effect wherever it goes in the world.
Cool. I love that. Yeah, so what we're really encouraging our guests to do is once you do your good deed and somebody says, oh, thank you so much, you give the coin away and you say all you need to do is pay it forward. And when you do that, when you have that moment, we would love to share that. So if you could write to us or take a selfie or an Instagram story and tag the Karma Army and tag us, because we really want to show the reach of what the karma is and what Good Morning LaLa Land is all about. And we want to be a part of your community too.
Right. And I will warn you now, you're both very beautiful, ambitious women. You're going to want to hold on that coin and do something really big and insane, but you don't need to do that, okay? Because I've done it myself. I'm like, this is a good idea. I'm like, maybe I can come up with a better idea. And before I know it, I'm like, I'm going to basically give my whole entire savings away. It's fine.
It can be very simple, giving your car, your parking space to somebody. Whatever that is, I think the point is that we think that we, have too high of aspirations when we think of doing good deeds, and it can be the most simple thing. Could be
a phone call.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas, ladies?
I mean, in LA, yes. There's so many things we can all do in LA, right?
Yeah, for sure.
No, not anyone in particular.
It'll come to you. You'll have the moment. Yeah. It'll be clear, and then you'll think, I'm going to pass on this coin.
Yeah. We're having issues though. People have been keeping the coin because they're so good looking. No one wants to it. So it's like,
so cool. Yeah, it's great.
So it's one of those things. Let it go, and the universe will have to respond somehow, right?
We had the CEO and the creator of Karma Army on earlier this week, and he stood at a toll and he paid everybody's toll and just gave out the coins. He put roofs on people's houses. He went and gave balloons to all the children at the Children's Hospital in Denver. I mean, this man is really paying it forward on a massive level, but it's so cool that we can all be a part of that, even if it's buying coffee or a trip to the dry bar, whatever that is.
Right. Yeah, and one of the things also is he wanted to get involved in the nonprofit, but he thought, I don't know where my money's going. I don't know what it's doing. I'd rather just give somebody something, right? So I think everyone, and I know that you ladies have done so much work in all of your communities, and so, you're already doing this work. But so this is just a representation of what you're already doing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a great idea because it kind of involves so many people, and if someone wants to do something good, this is a perfect opportunity. So it encourages that. So I think this is great.
Right?
Well, and like Erin said, you're already doing so many amazing things.
Yeah, you may need a bucket. We've decided that some people probably need a bucket or like a truck full.
Yeah,
exactly.
So what are you guys doing for the rest of the day? Thursday, it's gorgeous out. LA, what does the day look like for you guys?
It is. But in LA, every day is gorgeous, right? So it's hard to feel sad. When you wake up and you look outside, that should be enough motivation to have a good day. But yes, I go back to the studio. I need to finish a couple of projects with the makeup line. So yeah, normal day.
Normal day.
Yeah. Work with some relaxation.
Dance the night away.
How about you, Emily?
Same for me, normal work day.
Work day, yep.
Work day.
Well, we're so excited. What a great, such an honor to meet you. Oh my gosh,
you.
I want to come seriously dance. I don't know if I can go to the studio or not, but I do salsa, but I love the ballroom even more. Like I see it, I'm like, oh, I get so inspired.
Maybe Rob and I are going to go take a lesson.
Let's do it.
We're gonna watch first. Are you kidding? I'm watching.
You like the idea of watching
Yes,
first.
I like the idea of watching first. Know what I'm getting into.
Thank you so much for tuning in this morning on Good Morning La La Land. We are streaming to you live Monday through Friday on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. It's going to be a good morning La La Land.
Have a great day, you guys.
Bye, guys.
So awesome.